Hey, what's going on, CoinOpTV subscribers? Robert Welkner here. Let's talk about Servant, Episode 9, called Jericho on Apple TV+. This video will contain some spoilers. Let me just say, overall, I'm enjoying this show immensely. It's fun. It's great to have a little dialogue and conversation with you guys back and forth on the comments. A lot of speculation and theory. It's fun. I will say this about this episode, though. This episode did not resonate a whole bunch with me, and it's mostly because I was a little bit lost and I didn't feel like there was a lot of payoff going on. But it's possible that when we get episode 10, maybe there'll be a continuation and it'll have a little more life to it, or something like that. Maybe on second viewing, I'll dig it a little more. But anyway, I got some of my show notes here to talk about some specifics, and hopefully you guys will chime in with your thoughts and reactions as well. So mostly a flashback episode. We get to see Dorothy actually having a baby, and it makes me a little bit confused because I was under the impression that she actually never got pregnant and never actually given birth or had a little baby pump or anything like that. I was under the impression that never happened. So is this sort of all in her head? Is this imagination of these projections in her sleep or something? I'm a little confused here on this. We get many shots of Dottie as a real mom caring for her baby and walking around and getting it around town. A lot of exterior shots of right around in front of the block there, something I've been asking for. So M. Night, if you've been watching my video reviews and talking about Servant, thanks for putting in some of these exterior shots. I don't know if that's a real neighborhood or not. It looked a little phony in some shots, but in other shots it looked kind of real. So either way, it's just kind of cool to see the street out there, people walking around, and a little more stuff going on. We had a funny little scene with Julian, and he mentions that if they do hire somebody, they should be servile, aka servant, for a nanny, which is kind of a foreshadowing for the name of the show, I guess. Although I almost feel like maybe it's the flip side, that maybe Leanna's, even though she's the servant, maybe it's the other way around or something like that. We've gotten feedback in comments, people saying that she's a servant of God and not so much a servant of Dorothy or something is what I'm getting at. So we got to see some funny stuff of Sean on some sort of cooking reality show as a judge. I thought that stuff was pretty funny, and it kind of loosened up the tension. We kind of got to a different location, even though we were watching it pretty much from the perspective of the TV show and his hotel room. It would have been nice to actually maybe have gone on set for some of that and seen a little of that, just to kind of, break things up. And it was funny to see how rude he was to all the contestants, and it looked like he had no sleep. His eyes were very saggy and everything like that. And of course, I don't know if that was real, if that was part of an imagination kind of thing. We jump to the present, and it seems like Dottie wakes up. Was it all just a dream? Was it her imagination? It seems like they jumped to the present, but not the present. It's like the in-between present. Again, I didn't really follow what was going on in the show. Maybe I need some title cards, some voiceovers, some clearer clues as to what the heck was going on in this episode. But I figured, let me just go through and make the video. We'll talk about it, explain things. We'll figure it out together. We'll get it going. It seems that Leanne implies that Dottie was the reason for Jericho's accident, and Sean seems to agree with this. But how is this conversation actually taking place? It sort of implies that Leanne has been in the house this entire time, or been a witness. She a ghost, she's a spirit, she's just watching over, a guardian angel, just watching over Dorothy. There's some shots of Leanne turning on and off the car alarm outside, tormenting Dorothy. And I had a hard time telling if this was a flashback, a current timeline, or in between, and made it a little jarring, a little confusing for me there. Don't understand how Dorothy killed Jericho. How did she stop feeding him? Did they starve? Did Jericho starve to death in the house? Because it sounded like she didn't leave for like 4 or 5 days or something like that. Would she suffocate him? Did the baby get kidnapped? And there's a shot of her going up the stairs, and it looks like the baby's gone. Is that present tense, past tense, something? Was somebody sneaking in the house, stole the baby? Is the baby really alive? Did Jericho never get born, or did he get born and then get kidnapped? I don't know. A lot of questions here. I just kind of wrote down a lot of things, and I was just... Again, I was just under the impression that he was never born in the first place, so it just made it kind of confusing. I needed more information. And M. Night Shyamalan directed this episode, and it had some fun style and some interesting shots, but it was just kind of confusing. M. Night, what are you doing? If you watch my videos, bro, you give me the exterior shots and I'm liking that, but you dropped a confusing episode. And I kind of had the feeling that some of the stuff would be cleared up in the next episode. So in hindsight, if you're watching this after, you know, the entire season 1 drops, you'll be like, Rob, how could you not see this and how can you not see that? I feel like it's going to be a 2-parter. Things will be explained, expanded upon as we go. So as I'm making this video right now, lots of question marks leading up to the season finale. This episode was a little longer by about 7 minutes, but it actually felt double the length. I was like, whoa, is this like an hour episode? Is this possibly like the season finale? But it was just a little longer. Hopefully there's the payoff next week. I'm looking forward to somewhat of a payoff next week. And something else I wrote down here, I was totally expecting to see baby Jericho in kind of that yellow outfit, that yellow baby jumper outfit that they've shown a couple of times in the basement, and thinking, oh, maybe this will kind of tie in together where he was born and then died when he was wearing that, and they kept that as kind of a tribute or something like that, a reference. But that didn't seem to happen either, so that made me even, you know, more sort of confused or something. But let me know what you guys saw in the comments below, what things I might have missed or didn't miss or touched upon, and we'll see how things go next week with the season finale. I'm looking forward to that episode, hopefully bringing things together, explaining. I feel like they're just going to explain some things, but they're still going to leave us, you know, on the hook for season 2. So anyway, thanks a bunch for watching for CoinOpTV. We'll see you guys next time.